Good morning, everyone, from snowy Janesville, Wisconsin. We are here live for a fantastic event. It's going to be our singles play here at the first ever, the inaugural Emmys Midwest Get Down. Welcome to the stream, folks. William Stuart here of USA Darts. Happy to have you here. We're going to be giving you a full day's of coverage, as we do have a couple PDC Tour players in the room. That would be Damon Heda and Devin Peterson. We can't forget Mr. Danny Baggish. Unfortunately, he is no longer a tour card holder, but still a phenomenal shot. Going to be making his rounds on the amateur circuit this year, so looking forward to seeing how he does. But if you're not here, I don't know what you're doing. If you're in this neck of the woods, you should be here because this is a fantastic event. Let's pull up some scoreboards here. You got Ken Rip taking on Rob Effington. This, of course, is Ken Rip from the Minnesota area. Paul Rogers, good morning, sir. Pleasure to meet you and the missus last night. Thanks for coming and saying hello. Definitely enjoyed it, buddy. Definitely enjoyed it. I got a picture coming your way as well. This should be a good event here. Let's turn up our board mic. I know we've got that in the background, so let's hear some thuds here as we will pull that up. We had to go as a slightly different angle here on our player cam, as our scoreboard is on that left-hand side, so when the chalker's up there, it can be a little bit difficult, but hopefully we're at that right angle. If not, we can move it just a hair. Well, we should be all right. Should be a good day of coverage. Just so you guys know, Devin Peterson, Damon Heda, unfortunately cannot be live streamed. But there's a difference. I learned this yesterday. They can't be live streamed, but there's nothing saying that we can't record their match and post it at a later date. So we may do that, folks. We may... if one of those people end up in the finals, unfortunately we can't stream it, but we will record it and post it at a later date. So at least you guys can see some PDC players on the stream here for USA Darts. So that should be pretty cool. Well, let's get into this match here. What do you say? We're playing best 2 out of 3 here. Now, some of these players have never really played in a steel tip event. I'll be honest with you, maybe a handful. Maybe more than a handful, probably maybe 20 people haven't played in a steel tip event before. As up here in Wisconsin, definitely a soft tip dominant area. Geez, that Waymo State tournament is massive. I was blown away when I went there last year. 180 boards. They got to bring them in 2 shifts, folks. 2 shifts to fill the need for all those dart players. So good stuff. Rob's sitting on 105 right now, averaging almost 80. Going downstairs over to the 18s. How does he go out here? He goes trip 20. So that's going to leave him, what, 8? Yep. Leave him double 4 when he returns. He will return as Ken Rip's only on 268. So back a distance. Rob looking to take out this first leg in this best of 3. Let us know where you're tuning in from if you're enjoying our chat here. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, of course. Join us on either platform. Had a good stream last night as we just streamed the LOD, and unfortunately you had to see me on there a couple times, which I know was probably not a good thing. Double 4 for the win for Rob as he ends up picking up the first leg. 75 average there. Is that a 19 dart leg, possibly? Didn't see that number before it changed over. Dylan saying, tuning in from work. Shh. Don't say that too loud, my guy. Don't say it too loud. Big trip 20 start. That's the first dart you're looking for in a 501 opener. Scatters the rest, 66 scored, so maybe not the ideal start after popping a trip 20 opener, but time to work with. Todd saying, watching from Alberta, Canada. Airdrie, Alberta, Canada, maybe? Probably butchered it, but that's quite all right. David tuning in from Sunnyside, Washington. That's Kevin Luke country, I believe. Lucas Verway tuning in from the Mitten. Ooh, man, did we have a shift there on the lighting? Wow. All right, may have to take a look at that one. Don't know where that came from, but definitely a shift there. I think it was Benny walking up to chalk this match. Benny Dersch doing some chalking duties. Maybe that threw our color off there, so do apologize for that one. Nothing you can do, though. TJ Olson, what are you doing, my man? You should be here hanging out, enjoying yourself. 99 scored for Rob. Don't know much about Rob. Maybe he's from, I think he's from the Chicago area. It looks like he's got a Dart Player Chicago jersey on. So maybe he's participated in those events. Great way to better your steel tip game is playing in those DP events. Long format, single elimination, pressure darts. Put you in the right mindset. That is for sure. Tommy tuning in from Augusta, Georgia. Barry from Alberta as well. Disbury. Lisbon, Maine for Dax. What's going on, my man? Hope you're doing well. Jim Henry saying he is Chicago-based, helps run the DPC. So there we go. Actually talking about DPC. And how about CDC? CEO Peter Cetera running this event. So good to see him making the trek up here from Chicago to help us out here. Definitely has the knowledge of Dart Connect that we need, so kudos to him. Jim also saying Rob also has a CDC tour card, so there we go. Thanks for that little tidbit of info. Let's be honest, it can be a little difficult to wrangle in all those tour card holders and keep that on the top of your dome, so appreciate you doing so. Definitely a quality shot, averaging 75 right now. Sitting on 151 after 15. Got 83, pull him down to 68. Ken looking for another big triple here. Would have been handy. It's 66 instead, so still in the ton area. Rob looking to make this a 2-0 win. Well, how about that? My goodness, 3-dart checkout is a 21-dart leg for Rob and a 73.32 average and a 2-0 win. So kudos to Rob on winning that one as our screen brightens up as Benny walks away. So kudos, kudos. All righty, that's going to do it for our first match. We got more coming your way here. So hold on tight. John Parker, what's going on, my man? Thanks for joining us here today. We certainly appreciate it. We got a nice little room here filled of people. Keith West, how's it going? Casey Curry saying, or Cassie Curry. I always mess up your first name, and I feel like a jerk afterwards. Good job last night, Will. Missed the live streams. Well, all I got to do yesterday was just play, so it was a fun evening for me, that's for sure. How about we head on to our cutaway shot? I do have that as well. We got 3 cameras in action this weekend, so we can kind of take a look at the hall as well. Just get a little view on down the way. Phil Freed making the trek from New York. How about that? A New Yorker coming all the way here for this event. You can take a look at the hall here. Another group of boards here. We had a bunch of soft tip boards. We had 6 actually soft tip boards in that back corner yesterday. 86 on the blind draw yesterday. 86. That thing ran pretty dang quick for 6 boards, I'll be honest. They were on top of it. There's Skylar Lapine having a chuck there. Good shot. He's played in that CSC Challenger Series, but looks like we'll be having a match here momentarily on the stream once again. Peter Soter will be throwing one up here as we speak, as we have our men's and women's singles in full effect right now. So definitely don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with more coverage here live from Janesville, Wisconsin for the inaugural Emmys Midwest Get Down. We'll be right back. Hey, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and cutting some interviews. We actually got to interview Devin Peterson and Damon Heda yesterday, so I wanted to kind of crop those out, get them into production so you guys can hear from those individuals fairly quickly. So I may do that. It may take me a second to do so, but we'll keep an eye up on this on the streaming board so we can kind of continue to bring you the action. But we want to put those into production as it's a one-man show this weekend, having to do all the edits and stuff myself, so it can be a little difficult, but we'll get that into production for you guys so you can hear from Devin and Damon. So definitely want to do that for you folks. Hang tight, we'll have that for you in a second.
So you want to get into darts, but you're not sure how.
We can definitely help with that. We're AtoZdarts.com, and we've been a dart specialty store for over 30 years. We have the greatest variety of darts in the country. But don't worry, we can narrow down that selection for you, whether you're a complete beginner or a full-on expert. We developed our own Colonial brand to offer an inexpensive line of darts, dartboards, and accessories, so you can get into the game without breaking the bank. Join our amazing community by going to AZdarts.com.
All right, I thought those guys were just hanging out and messing around there. I didn't realize they were actually in a match, so I'll pop up that scoreboard for you. Danny Baggish, Devin Peterson playing right now. Devin possibly going to win this match. 20 left. No, he misses, so we're just going to leave that scoreboard up. Unfortunately, we can't have them like actually playing on screen, so you may see Devin in passing, but I think we're okay here, so we'll just go ahead and pop that scoreboard up for you guys to kind of enjoy at least the DC coverage of this one. But yeah, Damon Heda is also in the group. I don't know if they're separated. I don't know if Devin's on one side and Damon's on the other, but a reminder, we unfortunately can't stream the professional players, but what we can do is record the match and post it at a later date. So we may end up doing that if one of those professionals ends up in a semifinal or final. So just a heads up there. That could happen, folks. That could happen. Like we just got a match called to the streaming board. We'll have that up here momentarily, but we'll keep it right here with Devin and Danny. In the meantime, this is the deciding leg here. So Devin's sitting on 32. Danny's going to have to pop this 127. Can he do it for a 15-dart leg? Would be a great break, too. Looks like AKA Porky will be up on the stream next, it looks like. Uh-oh, what happened there? Danny got it. Oh, my word. A 1-2-7, folks, from Danny Baggish to beat Devin Peterson. Wow, pulled it out. Winner, chicken dinner if you're Danny. The Gambler pulling out a big win. Alrighty, next up on the stream, it'll be Steve, Steve Hilger, aka Porky, taking on Connor Olson, the young 13-year-old, talented 13-year-old. So looking forward to this matchup next here. Sorry about that hiccup there, folks. Trying to get our scoreboard in there and click the wrong button, so. Again, Steve Hilger taking on Connor Olson, a young, talented Connor Olson. Predominantly soft tip is Connor, but he's starting to dabble with the steel tip, starting to enjoy that a lot, so good to see that. Of course, his grandfather being the one and only Scott Kirshner. She played in the PDC World Championships back in 2015, I believe, having an epic match against Gary Anderson in that one. It's definitely a darting family there. For those that know Porky, he's known to not take it easy on these kiddos. He tends to show no mercy as we get a little score edit there. I was wondering what was happening. I did get the Devin Peterson interview done, so we'll be featuring that here soon. And we'll get the Damon Heda one as well, so we can hear from those two players. I still need to get Danny Baggish a little interview with him. But in due time, we'll get that taken care of. Hilger looking to bring this down to a checkout range. Gonna have to do a little switch in. 18s would be the number. Doesn't choose to do that. So he's gonna leave himself 162, or sorry, 172. I'm out of it today. Maybe that late night didn't do me justice. That luck of the draw going a little bit of a ways. You gotta learn how to count a little bit better than that, my man. So it's 172 compared to 321, so definitely room to work with here if you're Porky. 81 pulls it down. Connor, you just got to find a triple here. Not that triple, but that little red bit triple. Unfortunately, just a little bit of a struggle. Of course, for some of those at home that maybe are from the Wisconsin area, I've never played steel tip before, predominantly play soft. This is a single elimination event, so single elim, one and done potentially for some of these folks, which is most of the soft tip tournaments are double eliminations. So I wanted to mention that one for you folks that may not know that at home. Jason Watt laughing at my shimmies yesterday, saying return of the Mac. Yeah, they played that, Return of the Mac, and also they played me some Give It To Me Baby by Rick James, and I can't help but get down on that one. So 36 scored there for Hilger as he manages to take that one out in 23 darts. Definitely not the ideal average, but it'll do. It will do. Max Sharon saying, why is no one chalking? It can be intimidating, I'll be honest. Maybe some people are still learning that Dart Connect system, so I don't know. It could be potentially that, or I don't know. Maybe the guys just said we don't need a chalker. That could happen too. That player cam just a touch. Get that full throw from Steve. Get that full follow through. Take a peek here at Connor Olson's throw. What do you say? Do that. We'll take a slightly different angle here in just a second. He's able to score 45 there. We'll see Porky step to the Aki here and have a chuck. Do the same for Connor here. Sometimes nice to take a look at that side view angle. As you can tell there, Steve Hilger's throwing these 4 darts. That's right, he has 4 darts in his hand. Usually keeps with the, I think that's the Philippines flag, that red, blue, white, and yellow. So that's the flights that he rocks. Dax Mana saying, hey, Will, how's it going, Dax? Dr. Manhattan, hope you're doing well, buddy. Jason Watt saying, stream looks good, bud. See you in Vegas. Hey, I'll see you in Vegas as well, man. Maybe we can get you on the mic for a little bit. I'd like to do that for sure. If you just lose instead of win, geez, seems like you're just winning lately. That's all you ever do. Not kidding. There's Ryan Olson stepping in to do some chalking duties. I do apologize for that little hand being there, but unfortunately we don't have that TV scoreboard on the right. It's on the left, so we had to make do and get our camera angle in the right spot. So, oh, a couple unfortunate ones. He says, is that 2? And chuckles. He goes, I guess it is. Big triple with the last. 62 points scored. Good stuff. Max saying Milwaukee used to have a big steel league in the 80s. Nice to see, and sure hope it makes a comeback. Yeah, I'm hoping as well. Here, double 20 gets it. Steve Hilger with a nice 3-dart checkout on 74 as he's able to put this one away with a 21-dart leg, a 68.32 average. Not the best average, but it'll work. It'll work. It'll get them by into round number 3 there. So, Mac, yeah, back in the 80s, steel tip, I mean, even in my neck of the woods of Wichita, Kansas was massive. We had a pretty good presence there, and unfortunately it's just kind of fallen out, and you've kind of moved over to the soft tip side of things here in Wisconsin. So this event hopefully will get some more people playing some steel tip, because in the end, darts is darts. We should be playing both. We should just be enjoying ourselves and getting better. So hang tight. We'll have some more coming your way. I'm going to finish this Damon Heda interview, and I'll pop both of these into production. We'll get those out to you folks to check out. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. William Stuart here live with USA Darts coverage of the Emmys Midwest Get Down here in Janesville, Wisconsin. Appreciate you tuning in.
So you want to get into darts, but you're not sure how.
We can definitely help with that. We're A2ZDarts.com, and we've been a darts specialty store for over 30 years. We have the greatest variety of darts in the country. But don't worry, we can narrow down that selection for you, whether you're a complete beginner or a full-on expert. We developed our own Colonial brand to offer an inexpensive line of darts, dartboards, and accessories, so you can get into the game without breaking the bank. Join our amazing community by going to azdarts.com.
everybody. Sorry for that delay there. Popping in those interviews, so took me a second to do that one. It looks like John taking on Jeremy. John McCarrick? We tried it. We tried it about 10 different times and we still failed. So taking on Booyah Darts, Jeremy Burns. So nice to see Jeremy repping the USA Darts jersey. How about that? Kudos to him for grabbing one of those. You can grab one for yourself at usadarts.live. Grab yourself a hat or a beanie as well. James Schwab giving a little encouragement towards John. Appreciate you folks that have been viewing so far. About an hour long is what we've been going for here. Got a ton of people on YouTube. I just checking out our YouTube chat now, so appreciate you folks tuning in here. Kevin Collins, what's going on, sir? Thanks for joining us. Letting us know about some scoreboard issues as well. Thanks to that Oddball and VBNS. We appreciate that over on YouTube. Yeah, we've been suffering with the occasional internet issue on the tablets, it seems. So we changed the internet connection on this one tablet to our network. So hopefully that fixes the issues. We'll see. Little word on the Danny Baggish Devin Petersen match. Apparently Danny told Devin, he said, I'm going to hit this 127, you know that, right? And he said, no, I got 6 darts. And he said, if I hit the triple, you're done. Sure enough, he hit a trip 20, hit the 17. Danny turned around and shook Devin Peterson's hand and hit the bullseye. Oh, my word. What a finish. What a finish indeed. John's looking to start off with a ton here. Ton plus, possibly. How about that? A big 1-2-1. Take maybe a closer look here as Jeremy's looking to get some shot conversion tips there. Is that what I'm seeing there from Jeremy? It looks like it. John really attacking that trip 20 now. All over it, peppering it. Big ton there for him. Going downstairs is Burn on that last one. Let's take a side view of John's throw here. May have to go up just a little bit taller individual. We're dealing with some odd camera angles here, but why not? And like I said, he just keeps popping tons, folks. Just keeps popping tons. Let's take a look at Jeremy's now. Mike Redmond saying, if that story is true, that's absolutely legendary from Baggish. Oh, it's true. There was multiple witnesses out there, and we saw Devin kind of walk around the table before just walking away like he just got beat with the watch-winning dart, like he knew what was about to happen, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. So, wow. Looks like a scoring error here possibly, and looking like they're changing that one. There we go. Hopefully we got it corrected now. 80 left for John. Let's possibly look at the single for tops here. Into the 5. Unfortunate. So it'll be Burn having to do some damage here. Does pop a couple trip 20s. Nice ton 40, but is it going to be enough? 35 for John. 3 for double 16, possibly. Let's see how he goes about this one. Yep, 3 double 16. Take a closer look here. and he pops it. Man, I tell you what, solid from John. That's a 17 dart leg, folks. 17 dart leg, 77.08 average. And how about this? Let's take a peek. I think that's Devin Peterson, Damon Heda, Danny Baggish playing right now. So unfortunately, we can't stream their faces. We can stream Danny's, but not Devin's or Damon's. So let's go ahead and let's pop out this scoreboard. I'll find that score as we speak and to get that up for you folks. How about it hasn't even began? So we may be in for a treat. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see it, but we'll be able to see it via Dart Connect. So we'll pop that score line up for you folks to enjoy at home. We'll throw in some music. We do apologize, we won't be able to feature that match, but it is what it is. I think in the meantime, we are going to be waiting just a second, but I will keep this scoreboard here, and we'll pop up that Damon Heda interview so you can actually hear from him while he's playing on this DC score feed to at least give you something different than the background music. So let me do that for you right now. Here's our interview with Damon Heda. Here with Damon Heda. Damon, how many times have you been over to the States?
This will be my third time.
Third time? Wow, I didn't know that. Where have you been so far?
The LA side, and then been to Florida side, and Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah, I've been around.
You definitely have been around. Well, we're happy to have you here once again. Welcome to the Midwest. Get down here in Janesville, Wisconsin. Certainly doing a lot of things here for the U.S. to kind of see you here, a top 16 player now. What do you think about your 2022 season here?
Yeah, massive. I would never thought in wildest dreams, like 3 years from starting my career to being here, like promoting darts, you could say. Yeah, my career at the moment, I've always been on the incline. You know what I mean? I've always improved every year, and I feel there's a lot more to come, and hopefully I'll do the business. Yeah.
Well, it was nice getting the World Cup win with Simon. Granted, that was a dual kind of tangle. You didn't win that on your own. You had help there, but you did lift 2 finals titles this year, if I'm not mistaken. A couple Players Championships, I believe, if I'm mistaken.
A couple of players and a Euro tour as well to take it off. So I'm really stoked. You look back on my year and I've gone, you know what, it's been my best year, but yet it still hasn't felt like my best year. I haven't done it regarding, obviously, I made the quarterfinals of the UK Open, but other than that, I haven't lit up the stage, you could say, in a massive tournament, and I think that'll be a big goal this year to really light it up on one of those or a few of those, and just start making these big rounds and making some serious moves into like the top 10 now. I think that'll be a big goal for me for the end of next year.
Well, you're not far off. I mean, like I said, you're 16th spot right now. You could be fighting for a Premier League spot next year, honestly, if you really think about it. What's your goals for 2023?
Yeah, just I think at the end of it would be top 10, but in the meantime, it's top 16 on the Pro Tour Order of Merit, which gets you in everything anyway. So, but just to keep, now that I'm in the top 16 on the main Order of Merit, that will be the biggest goal to keep in there, and to just keep doing what I'm doing. Everything's been going well so far, so yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is just keep doing what I'm doing, put the time in, which I always do, and I enjoy putting the time in. I'm a hard worker. I was a hard worker before darts, and I'll still be a hard worker after darts. And I just always want to improve myself every year.
There you go. Well, from roofer in Australia to top 16 on the PDC Tour, it must feel nice. Good luck to you in 2023. Thanks for spending a little time here in the States, kind of picking up our game. So we appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you next year.
Massive, mate. And anything I can do to help the sport and grow it, yeah, I'm just really happy to be here.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thanks for your time. Yep. How about that? A little nice interview with Damon Heda, as we talked about. Kind of coming over here for the exhibition tours and his 2022 season. Looking forward to 2023. So, yeah, that's our interview with Damon Heda. We'll play Devin Peterson's after this match, but how about we just enjoy some music and have this Danny Baggish Damon Heda match as we fight to continue on into the money rounds. Well, I want to say Damon Heda just took out that 117 is what I'm thinking. He just walked to the score desk, so it looks like Danny Baggish is out of this event. Damon Heda continuing on, so there we go, folks. More come your way here momentarily. Let's hear from Devin Peterson. What do you say? Here with Devin Peterson at the Midwest Get Down in Janesville, Wisconsin. How's it feel to be in the States, Devin?
Yeah, it's always great. I mean, when I flew into Florida, it's the second time that I flew into Florida, and it feels like home already. And the United States has welcomed me very warmly the first time, and yeah, you guys just doubled up on that. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here and meet new friends and family that you'd obviously have for years and years to come.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you learned a new game yesterday, cornhole. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was tough at first. I thought it was corny, but yeah, it started really getting interesting once you get the nick of it. And like most men and competitors, you want to get better and better. And so yeah, the night was too short to obviously learn everything about cornholing. But yeah, I'm sure I'll start playing it a lot more from here on out. Yeah,
the competitive nature was definitely coming out in you. I could see it. I could see it.
Yeah, I mean, you got beat by us last night, by myself and Danny Baggish as well. I'm not going to say that like out loud, but yeah, for the first time, I mean, just getting used to the skill and just kind of making sure that you get the weight of the cornhole. You guys have some strange games, but yeah, it's quite addictive.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, moving on. Let's talk about this year for you. PDC circuit. I mean, had some struggles, had some good moments.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah, it's 2022 was a tough one simply because I had to change my throw back and kind of just needed to come through the confidence levels and up that. And I feel like 2023 could be a platform where I start playing well again, and then yeah, hopefully dominate on the circuit like most of the other players are doing now. So at this point in time, it's quite tough to compete on the pro circuit. If you're not one of the top players, you're not going to get deep. So yeah, you gotta kind of knuckle down and just put the hard hours in and make sure that you're good on the day.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, over 850 players fighting for 27 PDC Tour cards at Q School this year. I mean, yeah, it's only getting more and more competitive. So hopefully you have a good 2023 year and kind of can retain that card and continue to fight and continue to go. What do you say?
Yeah, it's testament to how the PDC have built the sport itself. I mean, I was at the first Q School, which was 140 players. Now you're looking at 850 I think there's 40 different countries represented. So you can understand how big and the reach that the PDC has. So it's great to see new players come through. It's the dream factory, as we call it. I mean, you can go into the door as an amateur, leave that place as a professional, and then kind of world's your oyster. So yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity, and the boys on tour, like myself and a lot of the other players defending that tour card, the prestigious tour card. It's one of those things that you can't worry about what other players are doing. You just make sure you do your best, and if your best is good enough, you'll stay on the tour.
There you go. Well, I want to thank you for coming over to the States and expanding the game here, because it certainly helps. So we're fighting for that world title someday. Hopefully we can get there on a world championship level. Maybe get one player up there, but we'll see. Thanks for spending a moment with us. Good luck to you in 2023.
Cheers a lot. I appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing and welcoming us so warmly. And I'm sure that USA will become the hotbed of darts in the next 3 or 4 years again.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, bye.
Well, there we go. Good to hear from Devin Peterson there. As he discussed being here in the States, as well as numerous other things. So happy to have him here. We'll continue our coverage here into the top 16, possibly the top 8. So hang tight. We'll have more coverage coming your way here momentarily on USA Darts coverage of the first ever Emmys Midwest Get Down. In the meantime, we've hopped on over to Rob Effington and Eric Phillips, just kind of giving you the player cam and DC feed. Eric looking for 69 here for the title. For the win. Let's readjust that. It'd actually be to enter the top 8, I believe. So that shrug of disapproval there from Eric tells me that unfortunately it looks like he did not hit that one. So it'll be 5 for the win for Rob. Takes a big deep breath. And it looks like he's got it. Eric slaps the thigh. Unfortunately, he will bid adieu. Big win there for Rob as he will continue on. Alrighty, hang tight. Looks like we're getting some board calls now. I'll check with the tournament director and see where we're at. Possibly get some women's matches up here as well. So thanks for joining us for our coverage of the first ever Emmy's Midwest Get Down. We'll be right back with more coverage. Appreciate you folks tuning in. looks like we're going to have the winner of the Auckland match coming up next. So that'll be Corey Kramer here in Auckland. And I think John and Robbie, I think. So that'll be our next matchup on the stream here. Guess it would help if I turned down the music. My apologies. So yeah, Darren Auckland, Corey Kramer are playing right now. Winner of that one will come on over to the stream. And we'll have that coming for you in just a second. So hang tight. We'll have another match coming your way. Sorry for the little lapse in time here. Peter just came up to me and was like, hey, sorry about that. I'll get you another match here in just a second. So bear down. We'll have it coming your way just a moment's time. Thanks for tuning in to our coverage of the first ever Midwest Get Down. Oh, whatever. All right, sorry about that, folks. I wanted to check and see who we had playing here. So it's going to be Steve Hilger and Darren Auckland. I was wrong on Darren's opponent, so this should be a good match. Quarterfinal match, I believe, as you can tell that this John Robert Wise-Smith, the Whiz Kid match, is a quarterfinal match as well. So I figured I'd zoom in on that one, at least throw the scoreboard up while we were waiting on these guys. But in the meantime, we'll let them warm up. We'll keep the scoreboard right here, and we'll switch on over to our scoreboard for our stage set up in just a moment's time so we can get underway. Looks like a chalker's going to step in here. Definitely appreciate that. Looks like we're about ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and take away our scoreboard. We'll switch that one over. Damon Heda taking on Nick Yeast currently, so that's going to be a good match there. Just a reminder, if Damon does end up making a run to the finals, we unfortunately will have to cut our stream, and we will record it and post-match clip it for later use, because unfortunately the PDC players cannot be streamed live, but they can be recorded and posted afterwards. So I did learn that factoid from those gentlemen yesterday, so we may be using that this year on a couple occasions, as I hear the Las Vegas Open is going to be popping. There we go. There's that scoreboard. Sorry for the delay. Big 140 there from the sleeper, a.k.a. Porky. Fun factoid. I got home one day from an event up here in Wisconsin, took out my cases, threw them downstairs, and happened to notice Porky left me a good old gift. So sleeper goes with me everywhere I go, as he's got a picture of himself now on my case, passed out in a chair. So yeah, thanks for all your hard work and efforts for USA Darts, Steve. We appreciate it. Phenomenal. Or as MVG would say, phenomenal. Steve really throwing well right now. 160 after 9 darts. Let's see if we can get rid of this comment in here. Do apologize. There we go. Sorry, we don't want your online free stuff, ma'am. Kind of making a mess of this is Porky. He went from 160 to 106 after 2 rounds, so not the best of finishing here from Hilger. So Darren's going to have a look at this 72, and honestly, I don't think he thought he was going to get a look here. He's going to go, did he go 42 for 30 there? I'm pretty sure he did. That's a soft tip move. That is a soft tip move right there, Darren. A smart move on 72 is to go trip 16. That's my thought there. You hit a trip 16, 48, double 12. You hit a 16, hit another 16, double top. That's my preferred route on 72. To each their own. It's going to leave 86 here. Trip 18 for 32 left. Inside wire, so not going to happen here. Is he sitting now with, what is that, 44 left? No, that'd be 48 left. Double 10, just outside. I thought that was a great marker with the second dart. Not able to capitalize. So it's a 48 look here for Hilger, 8 or 16. He's going to go 16 for double 16 here and puts it in. Finally, a checkout look for Hilger, as it took, well, a lot of darts from 160 to get there. About what was that, 11 darts from 160? Great recovery there with that dart. We'll pop up the picture of the bracket once we get done here, so you guys can take an eye at it yourself. Corey Turner is saying trip 12 for 72. Well, here's the problem with trip 12. You hit a single 12, it leaves you 60. That means you could bust on that trip 20 just per chance. So you're taking away those chances of a bust is what you're essentially trying to do. Now, confidence is confidence. If you feel confidence in yourself on that 60, go ahead and go for that route. To each their own. I just feel a little bit more comfortable on that 16 route. Any idea why he holds 4 darts? You know, I know for a fact he likes the color spectrum because it's the Philippine flag, the blue, red, yellow, and white, as I mentioned earlier. But I'm not sure 100% the reason why he does. Maybe if he just drops a dart, it's an easy pickup, or he doesn't have to pick up one. He just throws it in with that 4th dart. I see like Joe Hedrick is another person. He holds 6 darts in his hand. It's also a common Canadian thing. Canada players are common for holding an expo marker or a piece of chalk in their hand, sometimes another dart. Gary Mawson, another person that does that as well. So just to name a few for you. Big 134 there from Darren. That'll pull him down to a reasonable checkout range. Add some pressure to this 160 for Hilger. So it looks like we'll have the ladies' final and then the men's final afterwards. So hearing that from Peter Cetera as he pops in the booth and lets us know. Before we get on to doubles, I think doubles starts at 2 and 3. So really good timing here. Kyle asking, is Heta the only PDC guy there? No, Devin Peterson is as well. Danny Baggish is here, but he is not a PDC tour card holder anymore. Now see, this is another move from Darren. This is terrible strategy from Darren here. Trip 20 is not your dart on 122. Now, granted, I'm being picky because I know steel tip outs. Soft tips outs is totally different. Totally different. Well, if he plays steel, that's a different story. Actually, I did see him at Blueberry Hill, so he should know better. Trip 18's your route there because 72 leaves you bull. So just a little factoid for you folks. Not to be picky, but every once in a while you want to let it known, as if I didn't say it, I don't think I'd be doing justice for myself. How about that 100 look as he tries to go for the double 19? It'll be 32 for Darren, though. Let's take a closer look just outside with that one. Jason Watt says, Simon been playing on that board? Question mark. You'd almost think so. It's actually those target conversion points a lot of these guys are using. They've been tearing up this board a little bit. But, hey, how about that? Steve Hilger with the big win there, 2-0. Look at those averages, though. 75, 74, respectable averages from those two gentlemen. But it'll be Steve Hilger that advances into the semifinal. As it looks like we'll have the ladies' final coming up next here on USD Darts. Hang tight. We'll have some more action coming your way. Let's hear from Damon Heda one more time before we move it on. Thanks for joining us, folks. Here with Damon Heda. Damon, how many times have you been over to the States?
This will be my 3rd time.
Third time? Wow, I didn't know that. Where have you been so far?
The LA side, and then been to Florida side, and Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah, I've been around.
You definitely have been around. Well, we're happy to have you here once again. Welcome to the Midwest. Get down here in Janesville, Wisconsin. Certainly doing a lot of things here for the U.S. to kind of to kind of see you here, a top 16 player now. What do you think about your 2022 season here?
Yeah, massive. I would never thought in wildest dreams, like 3 years from starting my career to being here, like promoting darts, you could say. Yeah, my career at the moment, I've always been on the incline. You know what I mean? I've always improved every year, and I feel there's a lot more to come, and hopefully I'll do the business. Yeah.
Well, it was nice getting the World Cup win with Simon. Granted, that was a dual kind of tangle. You didn't win that on your own. You had help there, but you did lift 2 finals titles this year, if I'm not mistaken. A couple Players Championships, I believe. If I'm mistaken.
A couple of players and a Euro tour as well to take it off. So I'm really stoked. You look back on my year and I've gone, you know what, it's been my best year, but yet it still hasn't felt like my best year. I haven't done it. Regarding obviously I made the quarterfinals of the UK Open, but other than that I haven't lit up the stage, you could say, in a massive tournament, and I think that'll be a big goal this year to really light it up on one of those or a few of those, and just start making these big rounds and making some serious moves into like the top 10 now. I think that'll be a big goal for me for the end of next year.
Well, you're not far off. I mean, like I said, you're 16th spot right now. You could be fighting for a Premier League spot next year, honestly, if you really think about it. What's your goals for 2023?
Yeah, I think at the end of it would be top 10, but in the meantime, it's top 16 on the Pro Tour Order of Merit, which gets you in everything anyway. So, but just to keep, now that I'm in the top 16 on the main Order of Merit, that will be the biggest goal to keep in there and to keep doing what I'm doing. Everything's been going well so far, so yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is just keep doing what I'm doing, put the time in, which I always do, and I enjoy putting the time in. I'm a hard worker. I was a hard worker before darts, and I'll still be a hard worker after darts. And I just always want to improve myself every year.
There you go. Well, from roofer in Australia to top 16 on the PDC Tour, it must feel nice. Good luck to you in 2023. Thanks for spending a little time here in the States, kind of picking up our game. So we appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you next year.
Massive, mate. And anything I can do to help the sport and grow it, yeah, I'm just really happy to be here.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thanks for your time. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our coverage of the first ever Emmys Midwest Get Down. We are here live with our coverage of the women's singles final. It's going to be Liz Tynan of Chicago, Illinois, taking on Renee Rapole of Denver, Colorado. It's actually, I think, Littleton, Colorado, but I'm pretty sure we'll just go with the big city instead of the suburb and say Denver. Yeah, making the trek all the way with her lovely partner in crime, Brenda Roush. As it's a goal for them to play in every state they can, and this one's on the bucket list. They're checking it off now. Looks like we had a little rotation there from the ladies. Kudos to them as they were like, let's play with a nice 20 bed instead of a peppered 20 bed. So kudos to them. Should be a great final. Liz Tynan, a talented lady. Renee and Brenda, always a good duel. They get a lot of good practice between them two, I'm sure. So it's nice to have a practice partner that's just as quality as you. No doubt Liz is, of course, a quality opponent. She's won, I think that, I'm going to be wrong. NAWA? It's the it's National Association for Women's and Golfers. She had it at Music City. She won that event to get her to a qualifier overseas. So I think she's won that a couple times now. Struggling with the name there. I do apologize on that one, but every once in a while that escapes the old memory bank, that's for sure. Does look like we'll get the men's final after this one. Just a precursor, if Damon Heda is in our final, we unfortunately won't be able to stream that, but we will record it and put it out for post-match coverage. So be prepared if we cut the stream. Jason Watt saying Danny beat Devin, Damon beat Danny, I think. That is correct. So Baggish and Devin are out. I think Baggish was top 16 versus Damon, and then that was a top 32 versus Devin. So Devin falling in the top 32, Danny falling in the top 16. .24 for tops, into the 5. She's going to look away for that one. Not happy that she wasn't able to capitalize there and at least keep it in the 20 bed. Give yourself another look. So Renee going to have to do a number and hope for a big miss. Denson saying, or post the live score. Well, I think it's going to be a better coverage with the full-blown setup. So that's what we're going to try to do instead of just giving you the DC feed. Because unfortunately, it would have to be looking at my ugly mug. I don't even think we can just show the scoreboard there. That would be the difficult part because they would be walking in front. So, yeah, we'll just post-match record because these guys have notified us that that is okay in their contract if it's not live but recorded. They are A-okay. So we want to make sure that no fines are given out to these guys for playing in a exhibition event here in Wisconsin. And by fines, I mean like couple $1,000 fines. They are pretty strict about that one. That being the PDC. This is a best 2 out of 3, so Tynan just needing this leg here or the next to be crowned champion here. Mind our next event doesn't start till 2, so we will have a little bit of break. How about this? They screamed through this bracket, I should reiterate. Men's bracket started at 10. It actually kind of started about 10:30, I'd say, is when the first matches were played. And right now it is 1 o'clock. So pretty good timing for 12 boards, I would say. Let's stay on this match here. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. Let's do some commentary here. Enough about the outside situations. Good 95 there from Renee. She's using that 19 bed to her advantage. She kind of started out with it, if I remember right. Instead of on the 20s, going to the 19s. I would have been keen for a switch there, but she manages to put the third dart right above that first one into the 20 bed. She's fighting on those 19s. She is a fighting. Wants that 60 here. She thinks about it. Yeah, stay right there for the 60 is what I'd do. And another pop, another 95. She is drilling that trip 19, at least one per round here. That'll certainly help you. Tynan on 209. Gonna need a big number to add some pressure to this. I'm thinking at least a ton. Not gonna have it, so no pressure added as she's not gonna be in checkout range, I think. 33? 160, yeah, 176. Yeah, out of checkout range. 6 darts from 109 for Renee to tie this match up. .140 would be massive. It's not a 140, it's a 95, so a little bit of pressure added, but it's up to Renee. 32 for the leg win. Ooh, can't quite tell if that one's in. It isn't. It isn't. Oh, my word. As Liz steps in here. Take a side angle view. Denson asking, why is Renee's darts wobbly? So she uses a 180 reflex conversion point. So that's why you're seeing that little wobble. It's a thin point that a lot of these players like to use. Double 4 in there. Renee Ripoll tying it up 1-1 here. Yeah, so you'll see that little wobble effect. I've never been keen to it. I just can't play with that little wobble going on. I got to use a marker dart here and there. But she is peppering these 19s, making it difficult on Tynan here. She opens up with a nice 1-2-1. With this PDC Tour player Danny Jansen tuning in, enjoying some time away from the hockey at the Missouri Open. Hope you're doing well there, Danny. enjoying yourself. Nice guest on our bull shooting podcast the other day. Go check that out on all your podcasting platforms, or head on over to Facebook or YouTube. You can scroll and find that podcast episode for yourself. Still eyeing those 19s. Why not move from the spot that's been getting you to this point here so far? Really making it difficult on Liz right now, as Liz cannot find a triple bet to save her life. We're making a good point over on our YouTube page. Why don't you just delay the feed for this match coming up? I just don't want to risk it. I don't want to be the cause of a fine for one of these gentlemen, so I think it's just safer if we stop and record our match coming up. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll be live right after that. 88 for Renee here. Let's see how she chooses to go about this. She's going to go 16 routes. I don't blame her with Liz sitting on 286. No real added pressure to this bad boy, so she'll leave herself 48 when she returns, as it's a 40 hit there. Did we have an enter issue there? I don't think so. I think we may have a frozen scoreboard now. There we go. Has it edits for us. Double 16 here for the win. Outside it is. Closer look at the 20 here. So here we go. Renee for the win. Double 16 once again. Getting another look. And she'll have 6 with Liz back on 166. She may need the 6. Proven to be a tough factor here. She can't take this one out. She can just whittle it down. Just a struggle, some few rounds from her. Back to the 16. Into the 8, it'll be 24, so 12. Just on the high side. Unfortunate. She's just feeling the pressure of a win here, possibly. So it's a 1-2-4, a doable checkout here for Liz Tynan. Not anymore. It'll be 19. 119 to be exact. Got to go here, Renee, I feel. It's got to go here. If not, Liz Tynan can put this bad boy away, coming back from the depths to do so. $12 for 32. There it is, Liz Tynan. Wow, oh wow. It's unfortunate for Renee, but Liz Tynan is able to capitalize and take advantage. Wins our final 2-1. So congrats to her. And congrats to Renee Rapol, who had a good run as well. let's be honest, she had a great run all the way to the finals, a second-place finish. She'll collect some money. How about that? Some rounds of applause for these ladies. Hang tight. We're going to figure out what's coming our way, if Damon advanced or not. Actually, we'll go ahead and try to take a look at the bracket maybe. Yeah, it's going to be Damon Heda taking on Eric Bob Zine next here. So we're going to go ahead. We'll cut the stream. We'll get ready for a recording session, and then we'll post it immediately afterwards. May take us a little bit to refresh the live feed, but that's quite all right. I don't think we have our next event till 2 o'clock anyway. So, folks, we do thank you for joining us for our coverage today of this morning's singles events. Like I said, we'll be cutting the stream. We'll come right back afterwards, and we'll post that. Well, we won't be right back. We'll post the match clip, and then we'll be back afterwards so that you guys can enjoy the coverage at home. So, thanks for joining us. We'll be back later with more action from the first ever Emmys Midwest Get Down here in Janesville, Wisconsin. We'll see you later.